The 11th hour, going back to 2010. Obviously, you guys have made TV history together now, but can you take us back to your first few experiences together with Karen, maybe the first read-through? What was it like when you first met?
Well, we knew each other before. We did a play every day for 6 months. Yeah. Whoa, the lights have gone crazy. I don't know, it's got sexy in it.
Should we all dance?
Yeah, we did a play called Swimming with Sharks, and we had this one scene at the top, didn't we? Yeah. It was funny. It was really fun. And we used to go and just drink loads of beer in that weird pub afterwards.
The Nell Gwyn.
Yeah, we both got quite fat. Yeah, we did. We were. I was that's one of the oldest pubs in London, you know.
I know.
Yeah.
My friend Sinead works there.
Oh, well, you know, good old Sinead. So then we knew each other, but so Arthur then auditioned.
Yeah, well, because you started.
Yeah.
I found out that Matt had got the job when I was at my granddad's house watching the news, as you are, and then saw your little face pop up on television. Because they announced it on the news saying the new doctor. And I text you saying I want a pencil case with your face on, which I still don't have.
Yeah, I remember that text. And then, they were talking about RORY Pond. And they were like, oh, Arthur Darvill's coming. And I was like, yeah, pick that guy. And we did an audition together, didn't we?
Yeah, and I auditioned with and then we got a car back together where you were like, you've got it, you've got the job.
And we were like drunk in the car. Apparently all we do is drink.
This is pure gin.
Yeah.
And then I didn't hear for about 6 weeks.
Oh, was it
between 4 and 6 weeks, and I was broke. And I was doing my tax at my parents' house, like surrounded by receipts on the floor, kind of being quite depressed. And then it was the only time I got a job, and I like screamed the house down.
It's one of those jobs that you get and you don't quite know how to compute. And then me, Karen, and Arthur, you know, we just sort of had to stick together, really, because it was such a strange moment. And David and Julie and Russell were so popular, and so, you know, me, Steve, and Karen, and Arthur were like a new breed.
I think the pressure on you was a lot more than on us.
Deep panic. Deep panic. And also, everyone hated me before I even learned it. Who's this guy? And then, so that was more deep private panic.
Do you remember that when we watched the Rough Cut?
I do.
Episode 1.
Horrendous. We watched it in the producer's house, Beth, and well, it wasn't horrendous. It was.
Well, what? It was just like we watched it like this.
Yeah. We didn't really know what to do.
I think because you film it and you don't think that people are going to watch it. You just do it and try and make it truthful or funny or both, hopefully.
Yeah. Which you do every day.
Thanks.
And yeah, so that was it. That was a long answer, wasn't it?
But when you took this job, I mean, you had to expect that this was the kind of reception that you would get going forward with it being such an...
You know, it's this reception.
No. When we made the first season which was season 5, they didn't even know if they were going to continue to make Doctor Who. So we made the season, the episode went out, the ratings did well, and then they recommissioned it. But you know, at that time it wasn't like a, you know, and it's unthinkable really that they won't make Doctor Who now. Idiots. So yeah, it was bizarre. It was wonderful though. It was. I look back on those times with great fondness.
It's nice to be able to reminisce as well. Like most jobs you do, and then you go, oh God, we're going to stay in touch forever. We're best friends, and then you never see anyone ever again, and you forget about it. You don't really think about it until it kind of pops up on, you know, a repeat on BBC Two.
Yeah.
Or we get to come and talk about it with you guys. It's just bizarre. It's like it's the most humbling. This I find it is really humbling.
It's like massively weird group therapy.
We should have a couch up here, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go into the audience to get some questions, but while we do that, just wondering if you could tell us what you got up to last night, because you were in front of a different big crowd last night, right?
Look how it went down last
night was...
Tell it, Arthur.
It was great. What do you take? Because you met...
Well, we met. Well, anyway, I'll cut a long story short. But to cut a long story short, we danced on stage with Arcade Fire last night.
We turned into you guys, and then we met them afterwards and tried not to be embarrassing.
Yeah.
We were quite unsuccessful with it.
Yeah, because we love Arcade Fire, like we love Arcade Fire, and they're Canadian, so congratulations. I feel like I've got to sit back so we don't not include this lovely part.
Yeah.
Hi.
And also,
Wow.
the table!
Bloody tables! But then what do we do with the water?
Looks like.
Oh, feng shui, it's all wrong, isn't it?
Just try not to spill the water.
Anyway, so which is really good. Also, I was saying this yesterday. Do you not feel? It feels like we're doing one of those like, come and welcome to my life. Matt and Arthur.
Inside the actor studio.
Sorry. Anyway, we're rambling. Questions.
Yeah, I got someone named Amelia here. So